Welcome, fellow YouTubers. This is RudeDog21 with another episode of the Clemente Chronicles. I hope everybody had a wonderful and safe Thanksgiving. On this episode, it's going to be like a special edition. What I'm going to do in this episode, I'm going to attempt to crack open a PSA slab here. And you folks who are wondering why you want to crack a perfectly good slab here is my Derek Jeter collection. They're all raw cards. So trying to keep it in, same format and being consistent. I like to keep them in one touches. So I'm going to go ahead and crack this open and put it on the one touch. Now the people are saying, well, why you spend money on the PSA? For one thing, this car is hard to find, period. There's only 10,000 of these cars ever made here. And to get them in raw condition, chances are conditions in raw are not that great. And raw conditions, you're paying between $125 to $200 for a raw card, and more on a PSA card. This card I got on a Black Friday deal. I mean, I got this card for $75, and I thought that was a great deal for being innate and everything here. And like I was mentioning, I'm not a big PSA fan, and just a couple of reasons why. Being a consumer, I would like to get my money's worth, and I don't think these cases are all that. I mean, you could easily pop these open by your hand here, and I think the labels themselves are generic. Granted, the print is large and is good and everything, but they could do a little bit more, be more creative on those. And if you listen real closely, see, they wiggle in there in these cases, And after a while, after years of handling them, eventually they're gonna probably wind up getting damaged. Especially this one. This is real loose here. So I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to do that. And don't get me wrong, I do have slab cards, but most of my slab cards are Beckett's. I'm a big Beckett fan when it comes to slabbing here between these two, and I've got an example of one here. Here I have a 1967 Pirates top sticker on here, which is a 9. I love the case itself. Look how thick that is. I feel more confident my card won't get damaged on there. They put the cards themselves in plastic sleeves, and they seal the sleeves so prevent it from moving around. They distinguish the vintage cars from the common cars with just a little, BVG on here. If you can see that here. And they're color coordinated. For near mint cars, the white, mint cars are silver, near mint, the gold. And of course, for the Mint 10, you're looking at the black versions on this. I have another example of gold, the near mint, 9.5, and this one is in 2017, Topps Transcendent Roberto Clemente. And for the most part, most of my slabs are going to be Transcendents. The reason why is because they're thicker cards. And they're more sensitive to breakage because of the edges here, the frames. And another thing I like about Beckett is they do have qualifiers. For example, here, in a Derek Jeter, you have the 8. As a consumer, I want to know how they got, how they got to be, for that card to be an 8. How did they determine that? I mean, in this one, it could be probably the off center from top to bottom. And, left to right, right to left. Now, with the Beckett's, they break it down for you. Silver, of course, being mint. And then the Beckett here. Since this is not a vintage, it just has the regular Beckett emblem. And this one's the 2018 Topps Transcendent. And it breaks it down here for you. If you see real close here, you have the 9.5 for the centering, 9.5 for the edges. The corners are a 10. So thinking about it, oh wow, this should be at least a 9.5. But then boom, the Surface is 8.5. Now I know how they got to the point where it's a 9. And it does have some spots on it here on the surfaces here. If you see them real closely here, and the case itself is not the greatest case. I did polish the case to get this case was really scratched up, so I did a lot of buffering to get the scratches off here on this card. Got a good deal on this card here. Normally this card goes from $50 to $100. Got this card for $25. Yeah, and chance, and because the case was pretty scratched up, so I put some elbow grease to polish the case up itself. But I'll make that deal all day, every day. So, well, enough of that. Let's go down to the nitty gritty and get this bad boy opened. All right. So first things first, you're going to need is some good cutters. The heavier the duty, the better. So you don't have to do none of this twisting and everything like that. Also, a good pair of small screwdrivers. Small enough where it'll go inside the hole, but strong enough that you'll be able to pop it open. A lot of these smaller ones, they're just not strong enough to pry it open. Pair of safety glasses, if you can. Not sunglasses or your prescription glasses. Because I tell you right now, some of these, when they pop off, they shoot out like bullets. Also, what I do is I get a cardboard box, so they can at least catch some of the plastic shavings off of it here. So let's try this here. Wish me luck here. Let's get this going. All right. So the idea is I'm going to cut corners off one end here and the other corner, and then slide the screwdriver inside the hole and then pop it open. Let's try this here. Hopefully it'll come out and cut like butter. Sometimes they don't. Let's see here. Okay. Yep, there's an opening there. Get the other corner here. Let's try it this way. Oh, cutters are sharper than I thought. There we go. Yep, see what I mean by the ricochet? All right, so far so good. Now, let me get this closer here. See the holes here? Oops, sorry about that. See, now all I'm going to do is just pop it, yep, like that. There we go. All right. You don't ever want to go this way, damage the card. All right, so let me clear this up real quick here. All right. Let me see if I go. There we go. Keep it flat here. There we go. There we go. All right. Looks like I didn't do no damage to the card itself. Flip it over. And voila. Let's see. All right, I mean, surface looks good on this card. Here, I don't see no print marks on there, really. Yeah, looks great. All right. The best and most important, take your time in doing this. Don't rush. Well, you know, if you and this is another episode of the Clemente Chronicles. If you like this video here, please like and subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you for your support here. This is RudeDog21 signing off. Take care and be safe.